8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are live. Hello, everyone. All right, so
I thought we were gonna have the cool intro, like the da-na-na, da-na-na.
We switch them up every once in a while, different intros, different fun. But if this is the first time joining us, you only know one intro. And this is our market update that we do every Monday and Friday. We have the Zen Loan Master and his daughter.
Yes. Nothing in relation to the coach of the Chicago Bulls, Phil. Nothing in relation to that. I'm just very calm, collective in a world of craziness right now and interest rates and pandemics. I'm taking the high road of being zened out.
Yeah, and if you're watching us live right now, you probably know that there's in California some new changes by our governor. So we'll see how that affects everything going on. Yet at this current time, the market is still fairly hot. If we're looking at new inventory over the last week, 926 new properties hitting the market. As you can kind of tell, we've seen that uptick in new properties hitting the market over the last couple months. Sold properties, one of our highest. We were sitting at that 690 before COVID started, and now we're getting kind of back there. Inventory is just kind of falling off the shelf.
Do you want to make a correlation? Inventory is so low. How low is it?
Oh man, I got to think of something new. It's almost as low as interest rates, and we're going to get into that in a second.
You know what? That was a great lead-in because that's going to be better than what I was going to say. So I got to tell you, my friend, that was good because mine, I think, would have taken us into a new lower level.
I think one of the things the indicators really factor in, you'll see this under 700,000 market too, is the properties going off market. So we've been sitting around 200 properties falling off market. We're seeing less properties fall off market. Yes, at the end of the month, you usually see an uptick in properties coming off the market, expiring, and then going back on the market. And we're still, one of the lowest off market dates as a whole. Even before COVID. It kind of gives you an idea that properties are selling. Now going under 700,000, we did see, nothing drastic, but it did a little bit of a drop. And again, usually when properties come off market, they go back on the market. We did see less off market property again, since it's kind of beginning of COVID time. And then you're talking about sold properties, one of the highest ones. It's the market is really hot. So if anyone's telling you different, and the reason why the market's so hot, it goes into interest rates, which David can talk more about.
So with that segue in there, we want to share some new news with you. For those of you out there who are looking at the market and going, oh my golly, Wally, I can't buy the house I want. My dream house is above 701,000 and you're moving into the jumbo range. Well, what ended up coming out today is seconds are now coming back with a full vengeance. So what does that mean? It means those of you before who were trying to buy jumbo and prior to COVID, you were doing jumbo with 10% down. And then since COVID, all that has gone away now. Can I guarantee there's no lender out there in Idaho, Potatoeville, trying to tell you 10% down jumbos at a reasonable rate? I can't. But seconds came back, which means now you do first and second combos. You can now buy a jumbo house and get the low rates of down there at 3 1/8 with a second mortgage that's fixed at like 5.5%. So for those of you who want to buy that, $1.2 million house, but don't have the 20% down payment, you can now get that with 10% down and get a second, and the rate's at 5.5% on the second. But the first is down at 3 1/8, 3 1/4. So You do have your APRs with that, but overall, the fact that seconds came back is amazing. And it's a lot of opportunity for those of you out there who have been priced out of the market because you don't have that big down payment.
That's huge right there. And then for people that are looking to buy kind of under the 700 and more of a traditional as a primary residence, where are interest rates sitting right now?
Well, the interesting thing is on Friday, you may have noticed the stock market rallied. That means rates went up. So Friday around 12 o'clock, 90% of lenders repriced for the worst. What does that mean? It means the rates went up. And then today, they opened up the same. So hopefully if you were, working with a good lender and last week, the lender called you roughly before 12 o'clock and said, hey, lock your loan. You should have, because you got a way better deal than you would have today. So rates are actually a little bit higher today than they were last week. Will they stay that way? I don't really think so. I think they'll eventually come back down, but as of right now, rates ticked up a little bit more, but you're still historically all-time low.
So if you're just joining us, you're curious about the market, feel free to reach out to myself or David, and we kind of talk to you more about basically what's happening in our hyper-focused San Diego market. What's your take on with everything? Well, with kind of a mini close down, what do you think is going to happen with rates?
Yeah, unfortunately, in theory, they should go down. If we shut things down more, it economically destroys the economy. And if you don't let the rates go down a little bit, and I got to tell you, if they go down 0.25%, that's going to put all your 30-year fixed rate mortgages averaging 2.75. That's going to put your FHA, VA averaging 2.5%. And those are no point loans. Those are loans where you're paying 0 points. You can already buy down lower. The other thing, sorry about that.
No, go please.
The other thing I think is going to happen, I hope happens, if we get shut down again, all those self-employed people out there who are getting screwed over, we need to loosen our restrictions, because right now it's so hard for a self-employed borrower to get a loan that they're going to suffer. And that's the one thing I hope gets lifted. So I hope that those restrictions get a little bit lighter.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. If there's a shock down and people start fearing me more and more, we have seen, as you've seen from the uptick in new properties going on the market. The thing I'm worried about is those people that are kind of on the fence of selling are going to be more scared of actually showing their property. So we'll still have that demand, those people that want to buy a house, yet not the inventory to offset that. And the less inventory, as you're kind of aware, is shrinking. And all that's doing is making the pricing go up. So if you've been watching us, inventory has kind of almost cut in half since last June. So we need inventory right now. So that's the thing I think to be really scared about, is if are the values going to start to trickle up a little bit.
The other thing that you haven't talked about, Vinnie, but if there's no houses for sale, how valuable is your rental now?
Yeah, or ADU. If you're looking at, this could be a perfect time to refinance, take money out of your property, cash out refi, and upgrade your property, add an ADU, add a granny flat to your property. If you're looking to do that, feel free to reach out to one of us, and we'd love to kind of assist you with something like that. If you're thinking about the idea of maybe looking at moving up, it could be a great time to move up. Follow us, reach out. Also, to this Thursday, we're going to have a quiz, how well you know San Diego. Hopefully, you can join us at 6 p.m. and listen to my podcast, Road to Growth. It's all about overcoming adversity. Anything else out there?
I think next week, Vinnie, me and you are going to start our fitness kickoff. Let's start that next week. Let's start our fitness challenge. If people are going to be locked up inside, we're going to be at home. Let's start a fitness thing and see who we can get out there and award some prizes and some accolades to those people that want to be healthy.
And one last sign off before I shut this off is, with the market, how crazy it is and is constantly changing, it's even more so to have a dedicated realtor and a dedicated lender to walk you through what's going on. It's changing on a weekly basis, a daily basis. So you need to know what's going on so you can best put your best foot forward with whatever avenue you're going forward. All right. Thanks, everyone.